This is Ron Tanner. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and I am riding the wave with Dave. So check it out. We're going to talk about our old house and all the cool things that were happening there.
That's who we're going to see tonight, Ron Tanner. Another episode, Riding the Wave with Dave. We're heading on down to the book loft. Ron Tanner should be in the house. Let's roll.
And his wife did some photo contest.
Let's go see who's in the house. All set? Here we go. This place looks familiar. I think we've been here a time or two. Let's see if Ron's in the house. I'll get one of the books and hold it up. Here we go. That's who we're here to see. Ron Tanner. Is he coming in tonight?
I'm sorry?
Is Ron coming in tonight?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
Oh, it's 7. Okay, I thought it was 6.
7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
7 to 9, I believe.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Well, I guess we got a little bit of time to play around. So we'll go do that. Hi, doggy. Here he is. What's his name? Hey, how you doing? Cool. You like traveling around, huh? Cool. And here's the van that has been all customizing for Ron to take on the road. And you've really got some neat YouTube videos and stuff where you talk all about all the work you did with this thing. It was almost as much of a project as the house.
It's a big project, and I've got to do the final video that tells all about all the stuff that I did to it.
Yeah, I was looking for that today on there, so that's going to be part 4. You just haven't got that finished up.
I have not finished that.
And what's part 4 going to consist of now?
It's the whole van. It's just the whole show. What all the details are, all the little customization, and just walking people through all the stuff that I did. So
I'll tell you what, I've loved everything I've seen, and because of the dispatch, and the store I see in the dispatch is where I just became familiar with yourself and your project and everything. So it's going to be a lot of fun talking, doing an interview. So I'll let you go ahead and go inside and get set up, and we'll be talking more later. Cool. Nice. Now I'll go ahead and take a shot here around the van. And we're down here in German Village, Columbus, Ohio. And this is Ron's spinner van, and I'll get you a shot here. The thing right here for fans of old houses. Cool. Nice. Okay. Let's go on. You all set? Turn it on. You fire it up. Good. Here we are at the Book Loft in German Village, Columbus, Ohio. Ron Tanner, and oh yeah, another episode, Ride and Wave with Dave. And Ron, man, it's a great pleasure to meet you and have you welcome to Columbus.
Thank you.
German Village, Book Loft.
Yeah.
And I just happened to see your story last night from the newspaper, and it was really an interesting story. I advise everybody to really check out the bio on Ron, and saw that you were going to be here in town tonight. And what a story. But it was really cool reading about you, because I've done a lot of interviews with book authors, and you have now become, I don't know, what's your key deal? Because I saw where you teach book writing. So are you actually a home renovation guy or a book author or whatever? That's kind of like the intro. We'll let Ron take it from there.
I'm a teacher. I'm a writing teacher. I teach at Loyola University in Baltimore, Maryland. So I teach writing for a living, and on the side, I do this stuff. And I am a house inspector now, so I do that stuff.
Okay.
And this changed our lives because we took over what was a wrecked fraternity, condemned property, and we knew nothing about fixing up old houses. And everybody said we were crazy.
Yeah.
They said we would go bankrupt. And we had just started dating, Jill and I, when we bought this house. And they said we would never last, but we did it. And in 2008, This Old House magazine did a feature on our work.
Oh, wow.
And now we have a website called houseloft.org, where we take questions and answers, and we try to answer questions from our readers online. In readership. And we do how-to videos online, that kind of thing. So we're still working on the house. The house is a huge project, lots of fun. It's 4,500 square feet, 3 stories in Midtown Baltimore.
Wow.
And so I'm going around the country talking about it and showing some killer slides before and after to show people what it was like.
Yeah, and it's a heck of a story, and I've got a construction background myself, and I have done renovation jobs, not as extensive as what you've done, but I was really intrigued by the whole thing. And give the people a little bit of a background. Let's go about the house first, about some of the unusual stories or things you kind of ran into, because I imagine you probably got a lot of them. What's something that really sticks out in your mind that happened?
How bad do you want?
You're talking to the audience there. So.
Okay, just to give you an idea how bad it was. This was condemned property. Nobody would buy it. It had sat abandoned for nearly a year. When we took it over, it was full of frat boy trash, full of frat boy furniture. Wow. The frat boys had torn the house up. They'd taken baseball bats to the walls. They batted out 72 balusters from the staircase. They used the doors as target practice. So it was a wreck. And just to give you some idea of how bad it was, in the basement, when we were trying to clean out the basement, we found what I thought was a 5-gallon bucket of paint. I said, this is so cool, we need paint.
Yeah.
I opened it up, the 5-gallon bucket of frat boy feces.
Oh my
So
God.
this is what it was like in the house.
Called the hazmat crew.
Yeah, so the house was as bad as you can imagine. And but we persevered. We lived in the condemned property until we got it up to code, which was illegal. But that's we had no money. We did what we had to do.
Yeah.
So so now the house is really cool. It's a lot of fun, and it's a source of joy.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we hit on that. Now go ahead and give the people a little bit of background, because you said you teach writing.
I do.
Were you an author before you took on this project and stuff?
Well, this is my 3rd book, but this is my first book of nonfiction. So I've never written a book like this before, and it was a really hard book to write, because I had to tell the truth. I couldn't fudge anything. I couldn't change the timeline. I had to tell exactly what happened as it happened. So that was really hard to orchestrate. So that was kind of tough to do. And the other thing is, for background, we didn't know anything about fixing houses. Nothing. But we loved old houses. We were really big fans of old houses. So and that's what pushed us into it and kept us going.
Well, to get your experience, because that's not something that's real easy to pick up, especially with what you guys did. Were you a fan of watching the TV series, and did you get how to do it? Books and magazines, or how did you get your experience, or was it just pretty much hands-on figuring it out?
I got 7 how-to books that I refer to all the time, and because I'm a teacher, I taught myself how to do that stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's just trial and error. That's all you can do is just trial and error, and just keep doing it. And you make mistakes, and then you have to redo them, and on and on. Jill didn't read books; she just went off and did, just figured things out. But she's smarter than I am, so that's
well, that's a woman for you. So that's all pretty good. Now, one of the things now, let's go ahead and hit on 2 other projects. One of them is you took on the project so that it'd make it easier for you to travel around the country of doing a renovation job on a van. So why don't you give the people a little bit of a flavor about that? And you've got some neat videos on YouTube that you can check out, and you got one that's going to be coming out. But give the people a little bit of a rendition about that.
Yeah, I bought a 2006 Sprinter van. It's just a cargo van, and customized it. This was a short one. This is, excuse me, 118 wheelbase. They don't make them anymore, so, and I wanted that because it's the only really nice size van that would fit in my garage. So bought the van, been customizing it for the last year, just finished customizing it before I got on the road. It's got solar panels on the roof, it's got custom water tanks underneath. It's got a toilet in it because Jill insisted we had to have a toilet in it, but it's not big enough for a shower. But it's got a full-size sink, it's got a 2-burner stove, it's got lots of cabinet space, and a fold-out bed. So it's really kind of cool, and it's made mostly with vintage pieces, like recycled hardware, and also the wood paneling and whatnot is all from salvage. So it's kind of cool that way.
And you've got some nice videos on YouTube. Now, the last thing I want to hit on, because I was really impressed by your website, so make sure you let everybody know about your website and what all you have on there. That's a really cool website. I mean, it's really nice. Go ahead and give it a little bit of a...
It's called House Love. That's one word, houselove.org. And it's a resource site. It shows all kinds of cool pictures about our house, but also it has a lot of, it's got a question and answer page, it's got lots of how-to videos. It also has photos of other people's houses. They send their stuff in. So it's a full service site for anybody who's interested in old houses and wants to check out what's going on with that.
Good. Well, it's great. Hey, listen, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and good luck tonight with everything. And before we go, I'll make sure we get a couple pictures, but why don't you do a little bit of an intro for me? And on the intro, all you got to do is, here's Ron Tanner and blah, 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 and you're riding away with Dave.
Okay. This is Ron Tanner. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and I am riding the wave with Dave. So check it out. We're going to talk about our old house and all the cool things that were happening there.
Good. All right, guys. That's a wrap. There you go.
Great.
Yeah,